Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. The Prince George's Council was back in session today after a long August recess. Topping the agenda were several new resolutions. One would establish a truancy study work group to deal with the growing absenteeism rate in county schools.
The state's attorney brought this issue to me that when she asked for transcripts, she saw a lot of students that were not attending school. And we realized that there wasn't really a diversion or impact where the community, the school system, the parents were notified early enough to catch them and bring them back into the system in a positive way. So trying to look at solutions both on the school board level, the council level, possibly the state level to deal with truancy.
And the measure, CR 74-2023, has been referred to the Education and Workforce Development Committee. Well, second council resolution would establish a work group to study gun violence. Oriatha says that gun violence and school truancy are two problems that go hand in hand.
The gun violence prevention, similar. We have seen an increase in gun violence, not just here in Prince George's County, but around the country. And it's such a huge issue that we realize that we have to take a step back and look at it in a holistic approach. And so this work group will give us an opportunity to do that.
And the resolution CR 75 now goes to the Health, Human Services, and Public Safety Committee. Well, officials in Montgomery County unveil a bold, ambitious plan to end childhood hunger. Now, a number of county agencies, along with nonprofits and community members, helped formulate the strategy spearheaded by Council Member Gabe Albornoz. About 14% of children in Montgomery County are food insecure. The plan calls for the expansion of SNAP enrollment programs, expansion of free school meals, and looking at food as a form of medicine. The strategy has three main components.
One, we need better data to be able to provide to organizations that are on the ground so that they're not flying blind. Two, it enhances programs and services that we already have to make sure we increase eligibility and expand those programs' capacity. But third, it does include new innovative approaches. For example, encouraging pediatricians to literally prescribe healthy food and then providing resources to those families so that they can access that healthy food.
And Albornoz says that the plan will cost the county more than $20 million a year. Well, it is back to face masks for a Montgomery County elementary school after 3 or more students in the same class test positive for COVID. The principal at Rosemary Hills Elementary School says the students tested positive yesterday. Due to the rise in cases, the school is requiring that students wear masks while on campus for the next 10 days. County Executive Mark Elrich says the data countywide do not support bringing back a mask mandate at this time, but he does support the steps being taken at Rosemary Hills.
It didn't bother me. If they really felt they had those many cases, no one's going to get hurt by wearing a mask. So I don't understand all the fuss over this. It is harmless. No one ever died or got sick from wearing a mask. And we know for a fact that people were kept safer because they wore masks. So I wasn't in the school. I don't know. Nobody shared with me the data of how many cases they had. But I appreciate the teacher and the principal thinking about the safety of the students in that classroom so they can continue to be in school and do their work.
At-home rapid tests will be sent home to parents and made available to students as well. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Coming up, protecting your health during steamy, hot weather conditions. We'll hear what experts have to say. Stay tuned.
So as a technical sergeant, E6.
I served in Vietnam in 1969.
I am a U.S. Army veteran.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Of course.
Yes.
Try to always be there for each other.
I do my best reaching out to my brothers and sisters in arms.
Have you ever asked for help yourself?
It's always tough, right?
I can't say that I have. I mean,
If you don't have someone to kind of help you guide those thoughts, it can be really bad.
Eventually, you just can't deal with it on your own.
I guess it's a part of the military too, right? Service before self.
It was drilled in, service before self.
And you start to question, maybe people would be better off without me, When you realize that you're not alone, once you take that first step, there's so much support.
Welcome back. Well, the Washington metro region is dealing with a second consecutive day of scorching temperatures. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory, which is in effect until 7 p.m. The American Lung Association says if you have asthma or lung disease, the extremely hot weather can make breathing more difficult. Health experts recommend that you check the air quality before heading outside.
Also encourage people not to exercise outside in the extreme heat. We encourage you to take steps to keep your body cool. So drink lots of fluids, things that you've already heard. You want to stay hydrated and wear loose, light-fitting or lightweight, loose-fitting clothing. Stay in the air-conditioned space, such as a shopping mall or public library, or try to stay there during the late afternoon when it's the hottest outside.
And for more details, you can contact the American Lung Association at 1-800-LUNG-USA. Well, Prince George's police suspend the officer seen in a video getting into the backseat of his cruiser with a woman. In the recording, Francesco Marlet appears to embrace and kiss a young woman in the parking lot of an Oxon Hill park before the two get into his cruiser together. The person recording the video tells News 4 that the couple remained in the vehicle for 35 to 40 minutes. Marlet was accused back in 2016 of beating his girlfriend's 3-year-old child. Those charges were ultimately dropped, his record expunged, and he returned to the force. Well, as Americans prepare to mark National Suicide Prevention Week, national data show that suicides are down among military veterans. The U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs says more than 6,100 vets took their lives back in 2020. In Montgomery County, officials are getting out the word to vets that help is available.
It's a simple answer, but it's a difficult one to carry through, and that is to remain connected with that veteran. We know that isolation and despair and loneliness are really the precedents to suicide.
National Suicide Prevention Week is from September 10th through the 16th. Remember, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 988. Well, Laurel police tonight are asking for the public's help in locating a missing woman. This is 54-year-old Deborah West. Her family has not heard or seen her since August 28th. If you know anything about her whereabouts, you're asked to contact Laurel City Police. And we now know the name of the man who was fatally shot in Temple Hills yesterday. The victim is 19-year-old Davy Tucker. Prince George's police were called to the 2900 block of Brinkley Road Tuesday afternoon. When they arrived, they found Tucker outside suffering from gunshot wounds. He died later at a hospital. A $25,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information leading to an arrest and indictment in this case. And still to come, talking Terps on the Wednesday Sports Page report. Simon Buggs is standing by. Stay with us.
What's going on, sports fans? And coming up in a bit, UMD quarterback Talia Tagovailoa as well as cornerback Jaquan Shepard give their thoughts on the team's performance against Towson University. Don't go anywhere.
When the world's endangered animals need help most, when their lives are at greatest risk, when they would otherwise be lost, the International Fund for Animal Welfare is there, taking action to rescue the animals we love, to protect them and their threatened natural habitats. But the danger to animals the world over is growing, and the need for your help has never been more urgent. On land, you'll help stop poachers from threatening and killing elephants and big cats for the illegal wildlife trade. In the oceans, you'll help rescue dolphins, whales, and seals from deadly hazards. And you'll help rescue, rehabilitate, and release vulnerable animals when disasters strike. Here at home and around the world, we can't do this work without you. See how you can help animals and people thrive together at joinifall.org.
All right, everyone, it's time for your Wednesday sports page. We'll start with some college football news. The UMD football team got off to a good start over the weekend, winning their first game against Towson University. The Terps blew out the Tigers 38-6, and quarterback Talia Tagovailoa says he liked what he saw from his teammates in the season opener.
All our hard work coming in the offseason, we always wanted to start off fast. That was our main goal. At the end of the day, start off 1-0 in the season, and give our crowd, our fans out here something to look forward to and keep the excitement going and stuff like that. So it was definitely exciting.
But despite the strong start to the season, Tagovailoa is still looking to improve his game.
When it comes to throwing the ball, you got to make sure you're not stepping too wide off your platform, and that's one of the problems I had. I would overstride on my front foot, and the ball would die out sometimes. So stuff like that, just continue to work on it, make sure I'm staying tight with my release point and not looking at the ball, looking at the receiver and stuff like that.
Switching to the defensive side of the ball, transfer cornerback Jaquan Shepard played his first game as a Terp against Towson. Shepard was previously at the University of Cincinnati before making the decision to come to Maryland, and Shepard touched on what made him want to become a Terp as well as what the team needs to work on moving forward.
First of all, the culture, Coach Locke sold, for sure. That brought me off the It was like, I like that for sure, because that's what we talked about all the time, the brotherhood. And then, my mom lives like 20, 25 minutes away, so that was easy. And then, I have some former teammates, Jay Sean and all them, they told me. And so I was like, yeah, that's where I'm going to go. So I already knew I was going to go before I even committed. One thing I think that we can make strides toward, I'm going to start with that first, containing a lot more, making a lot more plays on the edges, for sure. And then in the back end, a lot better communication in certain situations, when you have challenging formations and things of that sort.
Moving on to the world of lacrosse, former Terps lacrosse star Jared Bernhard will be returning to Maryland as the Director of Player Development. Bernhard was one of the most talented players the program has ever had. During his time in Maryland, Bernhard briefly held the record for most career points and goals. He also took home the Tewaaraton Award in 2021, which is given to the nation's top lacrosse player. Bernhard also played a big role in the Terps winning the national championship back in 2017. And that is your Wednesday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
All right, thanks, Simon. And now let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low of 74. Thursday and Friday, mostly sunny, a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs will be in the 90s both days. And Saturday, showers likely all day long with a high of 86. Now for your community calendar, the Prince George's Office of Human Rights is now accepting applications for its Youth Leadership Academy. The program is open to young people ages 12 to 22, and it begins on September 26. For more information, call the agency at 301-883-6170. And that is CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Patricia Vallone. Have a great night.
A doctor's appointment from the privacy of your porch. Decades after house calls were common. A checkup while camping. Letting you live better while living well. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Office of Connected Care has provided telehealth solutions for over 2 decades. Leading the way, all for the veterans we serve. So next time you check your heart rate on your smartwatch and share that data with a healthcare professional, grab your tablet for a video telehealth appointment or use your laptop to schedule a follow-up. That's Connected Care prioritizing your health no matter where you live. We're now able to connect you to the soonest and best care through many VA tools and resources. And the future will become brighter as new VA programs, apps, and connections help veterans live healthier, happier lives. The Office of Connected Care. Trusted care. Anytime, anywhere. Learn more at connectedcare.va.gov.